I want to know what soaking is.
All right. You know.
So yeah, we gotta wait. Hold up, I got it. I'm gonna explain it.
Now, before we even start with this, I know that your mother watches the show, and she has been commenting on my Facebook about waiting to see the next show. So should we start with this?
Yeah. Hey, look, she's here to be educated like everybody else, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Miss Freeman.
It's a holy thing. It's holy, is what it is.
It's
holy.
something.
It's a holy way of Mormons having sex without having sex.
She probably wished I would have did more soaking when I was a teenager instead of.
Yeah. All right. So first of all, welcome to the Shadow People. This is a very unorthodox way to start. But we were talking about soaking and edging before we hit record, and we need to finish this conversation.
Yeah,
and we don't care that you're here. We do care. We very much care that you're here. But this is you clicked on it. You signed up for this shit. So I'm Nigel Hall. We got Derek Freeman out in an undisclosed location, and we got Danny in the dark corner. And we got Drew Mees over here on the ones and twos and threes and fours. You can't see him, but you can hear him. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. All right. Soaking is what?
Okay. So
you're going to take this. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. So these Utah teenagers,
is it just for Utah?
It's a Mormon thing.
It's a Mormon thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. So All right.
It's convenient to Utah. Anyway, these teenagers, they're not allowed to have. Well, actually, it's a Brigham Young thing. It's like more of the university, because they have a policy. If you go to BYU, you can't have sex and stuff, all kind of stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, so a lot of these students, high school, college students in Utah, they soak. And what soaking means is just that, like, you stick it in a little, you don't penetrate, and then somebody else does the movement for you. Sometimes a person jumps on the bed to create the thing, or somebody literally like pushes on the guy's back, and then so you still technically.
So not, wait, hold on.
I didn't realize that penetration doesn't. You can't penetrate. It's like it's just. Yeah, that's interesting.
It sounds like you kind of are.
You kind of are.
That's that. See, it's a loophole thing. Soaking is a loophole because you're not creating the action. You're just laying there, and the action is just happening.
Yeah, so you're not having sex. Sex is having you.
Exactly. Exactly.
I want to be clear on something I thought I heard when you were explaining it, and you said that somebody is there.
A third person.
There's a third. So there's other people involved in this.
Because unless you have like a motorized bed or something that can do that for you, somebody's got.
Unless you're at a '70s motel that takes quarters in the bed.
Yeah, maybe we should invest in like the trampoline market,
like Chevy
in
Chase
Utah.
when he was in that bed and he started. And let's just start shaking, and he got on the floor, and the kids came in, and he said, "It's very late."
This way, they can have a sexual experience, but still technically be a virgin in the eyes of the church.
Welcome to the Shadow People. I want to thank y'all for tuning in today,
and tuning out probably at this point.
Probably tuning out at this point. But that's gonna be that's gonna be good for shorts. Now, but okay. We were talking about that, but then the edging thing happened too. Now, what is that?
I'm gonna let Danny explain that one.
I think that's just
I swear to God, this is really the first time I never heard about any of this shit.
I don't know if edging's related to that at all. I think that's just people just trying to get to the edge and not completing, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Well, then,
but I don't think I think it's a different thing. But I guess that maybe if you soak to the point of edging, it's like even holier in the eyes of the church. So it's like maybe they are connected in some sort of way, at a spiritual level.
Hey, yo.
I think edging stems from like a tantric thing where you're trying to not
Yeah.
It's too bad.
It's way less holy.
We gotta move on. It's too bad.
We already explained it. We explained it. They know. They know enough. Yeah.
You know, we gotta move
We're
on.
not Mormons. We don't really know.
I cannot believe we're having this conversation right now. So crazy.
You know, it's unavoidable sometimes.
It sounded like you almost pivoted, but we went right back in.
Nah, because I needed to understand what was going on here because y'all were referencing it.
So
now
this conversation is edging now.
So speaking of
I
edging,
feel like I know too much.
All right. Speaking of edging and soaking, how was Jam Cruise? Let's do that.
Oh Lord. You know what? All right. I know that. All right. I'm gonna start by saying I know that in the past, and I'm sure there are many episodes that you can reference where I talk about not having such a great time on Jam Cruise because I'm learning how to still deal with people. Period. Mm-hmm. You know. But this year was very special because I brought Rasul on the boat with me this year. And I had been bugging him about getting a passport because I knew that when Jam Cruise came around, I wanted to be able to take him with me. Jamie is like, I'm not doing Jamie.
You don't have to say no more.
So Rasul comes on the boat. He flies from Bangor, Maine.
And that's your son.
That's my son. Yeah. Yes, for all of those who who watch the show know that that's who I'm talking about. He flew in from Miami that morning, where his original flight had gotten canceled because it's 14 below zero in Bangor, Maine, and he's flying to Miami. But we worked it out. He got to Miami. He had never been to Miami, so he's hyped that I'm telling you, he is hyped as the fuck that he's in Miami right now. So fast forward, we get on the boat and we're taking off, and it's a real emotional moment for me because I get to see like this light in his eyes where like he's doing some shit that he ain't never done before. Yeah. And I mean, I can really get into the logistics of it all, but long story short, I had the most amazing time because I was able to
watch him,
yeah, and be a part of some first. It's first time he ever left the country, first time he ever been on a cruise ship, first time he had ever been in the open seas. It's a lot of firsts here, you know. We docked in Grand Turks.
I'm guessing he probably had a couple of more firsts that you might not know about, but
I'm sure he did. And you know what? That is none of my business.
He grown too. That's grown fuck bit. We just talking about that.
That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And that for me as a dad is learning shit about my relationship with him and how that grows constantly. Because we talk every day. We always on the phone talking, you know, and then he comes down there. And we got to have these real heavy conversations. And I'll let you in a little bit on this one because it's something that I think all parents have this kind of conversation with your children. I was having a conversation with him, and I was kind of telling him about his grandmother who had passed away, and just kind of letting him know about how she was and the kind of person she was. And he was asking questions, and I love it because when he becomes inquisitive, then it inspires me to actually really tell him. Y'all know I like to talk anyway, so it's perfect with this nigga. So, we got real deep, man, and I started talking to him. I was like, man, you know, I'm just glad that we getting to have experiences like this, and I want him to be involved more because I wasn't able to have experiences like this with my parents, and I'm not gonna be here forever. And when I said that, bro, I can't say it's bad, but it wasn't pleasant either, you know. But something happened to me. It was just like it was the realization of like, yo, man, we are not going to be here forever, you know. Like the dude, I can't remember who it was, but it was the actor who had ALS who just passed away. And I was watching something of him, and I mean, I'm not trying to get dark. That's Danny's job.
Oh, your boy from Grey's Anatomy. I know you're talking about.
He was from Grey's Anatomy.
He was in Euphoria. But anyway, rest in peace. We'll find him. I know what you're talking about.
We're gonna send him a shout out. But it was incredible because I was watching that clip, man, and I just got really emotional, and so did Jamie because that's her father, but I lost my father-in-law to ALS. And so I know how fucked up that is. But don't matter how you go, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And it just really put a lot of shit in perspective for me. So I'm really, really going to focus on enjoying the moment. The moment is all we got, man. And when it's over, And we're never going to stop learning. We're never going to stop learning until we're not here anymore, And it was just a good lesson to teach my son. But he had a good time. He came in the house. He came in the cabin at like 6:30 in the morning one morning. The sun was up. Like it was up. Because he forgot to close the curtain. So I was getting beamed with the sun. And then I heard that door click, and I kind of chuckled. And I turned over and looked at the clock, and I said, "You are your father's child." And then I rolled over and went back to sleep, and he went to sleep. He woke up like 3:30 the next day. I said, "How you sleep? You sleep all right? All right, let's get back to it." We had a great time. It was incredible. And shout to Rasul.
I got a shout out to you and Alex Wasili because I have about 7 email responses, and my response was, "I'm not available for that project." No. Dude, I'm gonna be so free this Jazz Fest. And then I got some brass passes. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jenna, we trying to go every day. Man. I'm not trying to be fucking around and book a bunch of shows that only 3 people are gonna show up to and all that bullshit. I'm done with. I'm doing my, core. I'll do my couple of core shows, Spotted Cat, LeBonton, whatever. But I'm not doing it. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna come to see you guys play. I'm gonna see Amy play. I'm enjoying myself, man. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, I applaud that because me, I don't be giving the fuck really about I be wanting to be inside most of the time. But this year is actually going to be a little different. I'm kind of going to be outside this year, and I'm actually not. Yeah, you come fuck with us because I'm killing. That's gonna be I'm just playing. But that's gonna be my motto for the rest of the year is just make sure I'm killing. But anyway, we're gonna have a lot of great shows that you can come to and be involved in, and I'm gonna tell you who is staying at my house that first week because you're gonna be real hyped when you find out. I should just text it to you right now when we talking, but
you should not get what the hell's going on.
So you. So you can know what the hell is going on. We're going to take a short pause for the cause. We'll be right back after these messages. I'm Nigel Hall.
Derek Freeman.
And Danny Darko.
Over in the dark corner.
Brother Darkness in the corner. Yeah. That's the closest he getting to darkness. All right, we'll be right back in a minute. All right, we are back. Welcome back to the Shadow People. I'm Nigel Hall.
Derek Freeman.
Danny in the dark corner.
Is that how you doing it from now on? That's what we call it, Danny in the dark corner. I like that.
He's over my shoulder. I can hear him. Man. I don't know why Mardi Gras felt extra racist this year, but what the fuck is wrong with you people, man? Y'all need to chill out. This is about families and children and having fun with all types of people. That's the whole point of Mardi Gras. Is everybody mingling with each other, rich, poor, black, white, brown, yellow, young, old,
and having a good time.
Dumb shit. Stop trying to attack people with throws. Stop garnishing racist throw. You know what we need? They got a czar for everything else. We need a fucking Mardi Gras czar. Somebody inspect all the people's throws so they can all come. They need to get all the goddamn crew leaders together and be like, this is what we're not accepting no more. Y'all got to fucking.
I don't know if
it's not the 1960s. It's not the 1960s anymore. All that bullshit y'all trying to pull and y'all want to go back in time. We're not doing that. That's not what Mardi Gras is about. Stop fucking shit up. Y'all need to love each other. It's about having fun. It's a family atmosphere. That's what it's supposed to be about.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to bring your kids there and not have to explain to your kids what the fuck they just saw every time you bring them outside.
Exactly. You know well, I mean, you're going to explain that. You're going to have to explain it. But that's a little too deep. That's deep. That's real deep to have to be explaining that to children every 2 seconds.
Right, man. Come on, dude.
I saw a float. I saw somebody on a float that had a noose around a black baby doll. I saw that, and I, number one, was grateful that I was in the house when I saw it. And two, it confirmed the reason why I stay in the fucking house. Because had I seen something like that around people who also saw that and accepted that, that would make me very angry. And I think that I'm doing better in controlling my anger, but that is something that I would not be able to suppress my angry feelings about. And I heard so many people talking about that and a lot of other things that may not have been posted online or anything like that. But I was just very disappointed with the things that I heard. And so I saw a crew going down on a float that had on these pointy hats that all looked like the KKK to me. To me, it did.
I feel like it's like every parade. I see that all the time.
Do you?
But it's
really,
crazy. I've always thought it was crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. And I can't remember who I told, but they was like, "Nah, that ain't the KKK. It's the I can't even remember what it was. Maybe they was the Wooks or something. I don't know. But I,
straight off Jam Cruise.
You know what I'm saying? Right up, man. But it could have been a Jam Cruise. It could have been a Jam Cruise thing. You know.
Look, this is the thing. This is the thing too. Like, I'm not hating on Zulu because I'm not here for that. I'm not gonna participate because I'm also not here for that. But I will say this: if you roll a Zulu and you got a photo of yourself in blackface and you make that your profile picture after Mardi Gras,
you need to take that down.
You're sending a different message now. Y'all need to take that shit down. That's all I want to say.
Exactly. I think
you have once Ash Wednesday hit, we shouldn't see no blackface in the timeline.
How long is Mardi Gras as a whole?
It just depends. Every year is different. So it's
every year is different because they keep adding shit, right?
It starts at January 6th, which is the Lord's Day, as we all know. No, it's like whatever. But it starts January 6th, but then it ends whenever Mardi Gras Day is.
Hey, Daddy Darko, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause.
Yeah, Mardi Gras Day is just depending on when Easter is, so it's always a different date.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
But it starts on the same day. It always starts on 12th night, which is January 6th.
It was January 6th. Okay.
Which has an unfortunate connotation.
Which is also an unfortunate coincidence.
Right.
But yeah, it's hard for me to really feel like I can say something because, you know, I'm a transplant still. I mean, I'm not still. I've been here longer than 10 years, but I still feel a duty as someone who is not from here.
Before you even go there, there's people that have been here less time than you that are not black who ride in Zulu. So if that's acceptable, you should be able to say whatever you want.
I know that, but that's my very fucking point. If you see what I'm saying, is that, you know, like when I came to New Orleans, I think the first time I came to not the first time, but once I had been here for like a year, I think I had even said to Jamie a few times, I think I want to join like a social club or something like that because everybody else was doing it. You know, I had high hopes. Okay. You know, and I just don't feel like I can. There are things about Zulu in particular that have caused a stir in some of the things that I've said about it because I've seen white people in blackface, you know, with the coconuts and the afro, and you know, and I really feel like sometimes that shit gets taken a little too far. I'm not talking about Zulu, and I want to be very clear that I am not making any what do you call it? Cast and dispersions on that because I like that. Enough to have remembered that you referenced that. I'm not casting no dispersions on Zulu and how they do their shit because I love the fact that there is what Zulu stands for, especially within the community as well. But I really feel like there are a lot of people who come into New Orleans and thinking that they can get into that thing and do things like that, and then they have this idea that that's okay, and it's not okay. I'm letting you know that as a black man in this country, and especially in the climate that we're in, somebody's got to say that they're not okay with it, and I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. But I'm also not saying that Zulu should not be able to do what Zulu do. You know what I'm saying? Because Zulu is one of the most coveted crews in Mardi Gras altogether. I've seen people fight over them coconuts. But they was also throwing air fryers and 50-inch TVs off that motherfucker this year too, which I thought was fucking hilarious and is some full-on nigga shit. Straight up. I'm just saying, because I want an air fryer. I want to fry my shit. You know?
Yeah, I don't want to get hit in the head with it.
But I don't want to get hit in the head with a TV. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Knocked out by an air fryer.
But yeah, I think that's some wild shit. I also think it's wild because like I said, I came from Jam Cruise, and I got home on like the 12th, and I know a lot of people that came from Jam Cruise and went to Mardi Gras from Jam Cruise,
and they didn't take a bath.
And I'm sure they didn't take a bath. That
was also a big problem this year. Y'all wasn't bathing properly.
Yeah, there was a difference this year.
This year was, I don't know what the fuck was. This year was extra funky, man. I'm like,
it was extra stinky this year.
It was extra. That's why I'm in an undisclosed location now, because I need time for y'all to get the stank out before I come back home.
Look, he got incense and candles burned. Incense, wine, and candles. All right, Rick James.
And when you live in a box, that shit gets tenuous.
Yeah, I know. Ain't nowhere in the world. I can't believe that shit.
It's just I need y'all to chill out, man. I need everybody to remember what we're doing here. It's not about, it's not, Mardi Gras is not about politics. Y'all need to leave that shit out of it.
You know what I was telling Danny out in the parking lot earlier? We was talking about it, and I was like, I can't do Jam Cruise, Mardi Gras, and then Jazz Fest. I was about to call it Jam Fest.
Yeah, Jam Fest. Same thing.
But you know what? You know what's crazy is that people call Jazz Fest, I was about to say it again, people call Jazz Fest, they call it Land Cruise.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's so.
To some people, that's what it is. Yeah, I can see that.
I did the Big Easy cruise last year, which is like that New Orleans themed cruise.
I love that.
But
cruise.
I said that's the daytime Jazz Fest cruise. Jazz, the nighttime
jazz.
Yeah,
jam dad.
More than dad,
right?
The Big Easy cruise isn't even dads. We're talking like great grandparents.
Right.
Average age is 75. It's great. They're chill. They're in bed like 9 p.m.
When I did the blues cruise, that shit was dope because I remember at 9:30 there was like a mass exodus to the bed,
and
I was like, hell yeah!
You did the Big Easy cruise too. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. We was on it together.
Yeah, I forgot that.
That shit was crazy, and I enjoy that. But I will say that in comparison to Jam Cruise this year. And I think I'm going to take Rasul on the boat with me every year from now on. I think that's going to be our annual thing, because he's doing so well in school. He's working really hard, and he deserves it, So I think I'm going to help facilitate that, in the future and whatnot.
But also, you guys are playing at Jazz Fest. We're playing the same date, so
look at that. So
that's gonna be a hell of a date.
We're gonna have if any of y'all are watching that go to Jazz Fest, it's gonna be a full Shadow People takeover on a stage, and We're not gonna guess too. You already know. We're not gonna say.
Don't reveal them.
Hey, we're not gonna reveal them. But yeah, we got a really good Jazz Fest series coming up for y'all during this time. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We gonna should we take another break?
Let's talk about Jesse Jackson because I gotta go. So.
Okay, all right. Well, we wanna take a moment to talk about Reverend Jesse Jackson, who just passed away at the age of 84 years old. And as you can see, I am wearing the Jesse Jackson shirt where he was on Jet Magazine. I hope the year is on here. Hold up. November 20th, 1970. That was this issue right here. And I want to talk about the importance really of Jesse Jackson to me is one of the very first things that I remember is my mother was the biggest Phyllis Hyman fan that there is, which is the reason I'm such a Phyllis Hyman fan. In fact, Phyllis to her is like George Duke to me. And I remember, I don't know if you remember this, you probably do because you older than me, but do you remember the Run Jesse Run single?
First of all,
he said, first of all.
I was 10 years old when Jesse ran for president. We had the T-shirts, Run Jesse Run, Keep Hope Alive, the Rainbow Coalition, all that shit, man. We thought Jesse was gonna be president, but Jesse had in my neighborhood, we were convinced. You could run, Jesse. You would like Eddie Murphy said, you could do it.
I remember that shit.
I remember the shirt. It was red. It was a red shirt with white letters. It said "Run, Jesse, Run."
You know what? And just to talk about that shirt for a second, I want to shout out DJ Harrison from Butcher Brown because in his studio he has that shirt hung up. OG original shirt.
Yeah, those shirts is highly coveted, and when Jesse, and he came to Houston, he made the speech, and it was electric, boy. We thought Jesse was man.
I remember.
Look. I'm not trying to, God rest the dead and God bless Jesse Jackson, everything he did, but he said some crazy shit. He said some crazy, anti-Semitic shit too.
Oh yeah, he did say some shit.
We forgave him. And look, the Jewish community themselves, the leaders of the Jewish community said they forgave him. So that's good enough for me, right?
Well, they forgave him because we all learned the lesson. We
learned a lesson.
We know.
And I'm not trying to defend what he said, but he was talking about a certain sect of Jews in a town in Bensonhurst where a black girl got murdered, and people got away with it. So that's what he was referencing to.
Right. He should be saying what he said.
Exactly. We don't condone that, and I want to make sure I acknowledge that we know about that, and we acknowledge it. But that still doesn't take away from the great man that Jesse Jackson was. I just want to put that out there.
Right. Exactly. And it also, there's also another thing that people say about him in the black community, which I'm not gonna say. You know what? And I'm glad we're talking about this because I'm going to start to be very careful about saying certain shit that we know really in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's certain people. I'm not saying all people, and I'm not talking about a race or I'm not talking about anything, but there's certain things. How the conversation amongst two black folks, can happen. And a lot of times we ain't even got to say shit. There's some things that were said about Dr. King, his association with Dr. King. And those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. I'm going to just go ahead and say that. I'm not trying to be cryptic for cryptic's sake. I'm just saying it because I also don't want this clip to go viral for the wrong reason.
Yeah. So, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
There was lots of talk about him having involvement in
Dr. King's assassination.
Yeah, like a Judas and a Black Messiah type situation.
Yeah,
I don't know, but there was a lot of that going around Dr. King at the time.
Exactly,
they was out to get him. Jesse was a young man, so I don't know how impressionable he was or whatever. I don't know, but but he lived 60 more years after that. So,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And it doesn't take away what he has done for the black community up until this point. He has been very instrumental in the progress that we have made in this country as African Americans. And I also want to talk about the coalition push?
Coalition.
Coalition, yeah.
The Rainbow Coalition was the Rainbow Coalition first.
I thought that was after.
Maybe.
It might be after. But there is a documentary, it's called Save the Children, and that I really, really urge any of y'all to check out. It's a concert that the Push Coalition did back I think around this time, like 70, 71, where
because the Rainbow Coalition was in the 80s.
Yeah, so that was in the 80s. Yeah, but they had it was a concert that they had everybody from Marvin Gaye to Cannonball Adderley to Nancy Wilson to the Spinners to the Temptations. I mean, they just had this entire concert. It's very similar to Wattstax, if anyone has ever seen the Wattstax show.
Or the Summer of Soul.
Or the Summer of Soul, exactly. Very similar to that. Mm-hmm. But I urge y'all to check it out because Cannonball Adderley Quintet did a tribute to him with a song called Country Preacher. And it was amazing. And George Duke actually is in it, so y'all know, obviously, hello. But yeah, rest in peace, Reverend Jesse Jackson. We the light that he has given us will never diminish because of
we owe him, because
we owe him so much.
There would not have been a Barack Obama without Jesse Jackson.
There would not have been. That's exactly what I was literally getting ready to say. Yeah. Is that there would not have been Barack Obama if it wasn't for Jesse Jackson. And we send prayers up for him and to his family for healing. And rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. Thank you, Derek, for showing up.
Hey, man. I love you guys. I can't wait to see y'all. When we doing the next one? I'll be back in town. We'll figure it out.
You'll be back in town. Yeah. By the time you get back, I probably won't be here, so I'll probably be on the Google Doc next.
Google Doc.
Who knows? But who knows?
Hey, at least we updated now, so we
updated. At least now we know the shit works. So
right.
But yeah, we'll be right back after these messages with a closing segment. We love you, Derek. Welcome. Hurry up home, man. Come on home. Perfect. All right, everybody. This is Nigel Hall, and we got Danny over in the dark corner there. We want to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us.
Gotta say, this was a very educational episode across the board.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of shit.
Yeah,
this was very unorthodox, and I'm here for it because things got to change to some degree. You can't keep doing the same shit all the time, just as long as you're killing, I guess.
You can't just soak forever,
Yeah. Man, get the fuck out of here. We're out of here, bro.
We're the shadow people. I'm not the shadow person. I'm the assistant.
No, but you are in the shadow.
Yeah, I'm in the dark corner, though.
You're definitely in the dark corner. What you got going on, Danny?
I don't even know.
Oh, I just put you on blast.
I don't even know. Recovering from Mardi Gras, really. Yeah. Not too much, normal stuff.
Normal shit.
Gigs.
Normal. Yeah. You know what? I will say that I am grateful to have some gigs. I'm grateful to be outside for Jazz Fest this year. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy about that. I got some gigs that are coming up that are going to be really fun to do. I got people coming into town that's going to be really fun to hang out with. The Lettuce record's doing really well. People are loving that. We just came off a tour for a month that went really well. I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah. Murder-free tours are the best tours.
Hey, man, got good sleep. You know, I woke up in a halfway decent mood.
Nice.
Every day. You know, I'm trying to ride that wave.
Yeah,
you know,
I feel that.
And a lot of it is not even remember. See, here's what I want to say about that. It's like I noticed that a lot of times people, you know, they like to live in the moments that they just had and like, oh, this day was cool and this day was. All I remember is that we had a great tour. All I remember is that 9 out of the 10 nights we had a good time.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? And even on the night that we didn't have a good time, it was still okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm getting better at that. But I think that the key to really having that happiness and having the full access to that gratitude is just living in the moment. Yeah, I remember it was cool, but I don't remember much about it other than it was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got to bed at a decent time that night and got where I was going safely, you know, so that I could do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like people miss that, and I'm trying not to miss that. I'm searching for a lot right now.
I feel that.
And you know, I feel like I'm doing all right because I ain't been locked up yet. So
just, you know, don't pull a Shia LaBeouf. You'll be good.
Hey, that's what that was the other shit I wanted to talk about was Shia LaBeouf. Yo,
So this could be a bonus
know that this nigga is getting cooked on TV right now.
Oh man. I mean, he got arrested
cooked.
here.
Let me tell you something. When I first came to New Orleans, I was very much on the trajectory that he displayed the other night in Mardi Gras. Apparently, he was in Miss Mays. He was at the R Bar.
Yeah.
Which even worse. I think you and I have very much been in that bar after hours before. And he was in there. I didn't mean put you on blast.
That's fine. I still go to our bar.
But what did he do? He headbutt the fucking. Come on, Danny.
I don't know exactly. My friend was like, he knew the person. It was something about he tried to go behind the bar or something, and maybe they kicked him. I don't know exactly. And then he attacked the bouncer, and then some other. I don't know.
Because he tried to go behind the bar.
He tried to go. I don't know if there's more to it than that. I don't really know
There
the
could be
full story.
more to it.
But I know,
really
like, I saw some video of him
business.
with his shirt off, just going crazy, and then he tries to attack someone. They just like pin him to the ground, then he gets arrested.
Yeah, I actually heard he got his ass beat.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was close to it. I think they didn't like beat him up too bad. They sort of held him down because he didn't look too beat up.
Okay.
From what I saw,
Okay.
but I think they just restrained him.
Well, then I hear that he was the next day. He went to jail that night, and the next day he was back on Bourbon Street.
During Mardi Gras, which is crazy. No one gets out before the end of Mardi Gras. He got out in under 24 hours, but I guess, you know, he has an unlimited budget to get out of jail.
Hey, man, look, I tell you what, when I first moved here, I used my get out of jail card quick. I think I had to use it immediately.
Yeah, but he just used his Hollywood money is what he used. But, you know,
well, that's what I'm saying.
If I had... Yeah, I would do this. I wouldn't act like that, though. I wouldn't need it, but, you know. If you got it, whatever.
I have seen you act like that before, though.
I don't know. You see me rip my shirt off and attack a bouncer?
I have seen that.
I must have blacked out pretty hard that night.
I didn't see you take your shirt off, but I have seen you attack a few bartenders, and, man, let me tell you, y'all do not want to get on Danny's dark side.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that'd be...
And on that note, thank you for tuning in to the Shadow People. I am Nigel Hall.
I'm Danny in the dark corner.
And we got Drew Mees on the keys and the ones and twos.
And we had Derek here earlier. But
from an undisclosed apparently location. Did not want to stick around and say anything else.
No, he didn't. He was done. Yeah.
And you know what? I don't blame him.
I don't either. You know, if I was in that undisclosed location, I wouldn't be wasting my time on Zoom.
I would go and enjoy my undisclosed location also. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to the Brown Hound Sounds Pound Town, ladies and gentlemen. And we hope that you enjoyed this episode. We will have some really, really cool Jazz Fest episodes coming up for you in the next few months. I suppose. And we hope that you all stay safe. Keep your dogs and cats spayed or neutered.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to shadowpeoplepodcast@gmail.com. And take care of yourselves and each other.
Peace.
Peace.